What's going on, guys? My name is Tefty. Welcome to Dank Talk number 6. We got BlueWestlo and VersusTheStream here. We're going to talk about video games. Yep.
The games.
I'm ready.
You break in. Is that a soda or beer? Or a sparkling something or another?
Shut up, Tefty. It's not a it's a sparkling water.
That sounded like a can. Is it a sparkling water in a can?
Yeah, sparkling water in a can. Well, I don't get like the flavored sparkling water. I get like the zero of everything sparkling water. Like it's literally just carbonated water.
I like carbonated water. I think it's delicious.
Carbonated water just to drink it.
Yeah, I hear it's not.
I don't mind it.
I heard somebody said something or another. It's not as good for you drinking straight carbonated water, but I was like, "This is delicious." In fact, I'm insulted.
People actually say that. It's actually good for you.
It's actually exactly the same as drinking water.
Yeah, it's actually good for your stomach too, for gas and stuff.
Literally, or I think the only drawback is if you have a weak stomach, then drinking a lot of it, you're going to be pooping a lot.
Oh, is that right?
Because the bubbling makes your stomach upset.
The bubblation. You know what? I'm always disappointed when you go to some sort of place, like let's say you go to Chipotle, and their soda fountain machine doesn't offer soda water. Does that piss you off?
Soda water.
I haven't talking about carbonated.
That's carbonated water.
Carbonated water.
Yeah.
I've never really found a restaurant that did that. I never heard of one. Not like restaurant, as in like sit down restaurant, but as in like fast food restaurant.
Yo, they do it all the time.
Whenever I go to,
it's a little tab that's underneath, right?
Oh no, I never really looked for it. I guess.
Yeah,
we don't really have those here in Texas.
I bet you do. You just didn't look.
Everyone drinks diabetes and eats the new triple Big Macs daily.
I'm eating the McRib with some soda water with fructose in it. Oh God!
Yo, please don't eat McRibs. I used to work at McDonald's. Don't eat those.
I don't plan on eating McRibs ever.
I heard they were made out of gym mats.
They're made out of something, but like we keep them in like
they're made out of matter.
They're made out of like meat matter. And they keep them in this like little container where they keep them heated for like your McRib could be an hour and a half old.
Isn't that what they do with the burger patties too? They go in like a little container that's like a drawer.
Well, okay, so heated
at McDonald's, that's how they do all their food. They have these little drawers where you make it on the grill and then you slap the patty inside a drawer.
What?
Like a heater drawer. So it's like you've got like probably like 2-3 heater drawers.
Oh my God.
You literally have like these trays that you slap the patties in, put them in, and then you're supposed to refresh it with new patties if the patties that are in there are more than 45 minutes old. But as you know, we don't have the most astute people working at McDonald's.
In the back, looking at the freshest memes on their phone, forgetting about the patties in the drawer.
If you're at a good McDonald's, then yes, you are going to get some pretty decent patties. Also, they totally fucking bullshit lie, by the way, when they say we use 100% real meat. That is true.
That's
they do use 100% real meat, but the patty is not 100% of that 100% real meat.
Right. It's like parts.
What does that mean? What does that mean? No,
so it's like the meat that they do use in the patty is it is real meat, but how much of that patty is the real meat? So like, let's say like 40% of the meat is real meat, so they can say we use 100% real meat because that 40% is real meat. But what's the other 60%?
Like some
sort of going to tell you that
filler carbonate moon dust or some crap.
They have been changing it though. They recently I've been seeing a lot in the past year and a half. McDonald's has been really big in changing their things to like more natural things, like slowly, but
they're getting there. Yeah,
they're going towards a healthier route. I'm sure other countries are beating America by that.
I will say the one thing that is actually always real at McDonald's is the breakfast. Like 90% of the breakfast menu.
Those eggs do not taste real.
Well, if you get like the McMuffin. That egg is real.
What about the sausage, man? The sausage.
If you get the McMuffins, that's like all like made like fresh right there. Like,
okay.
Like I said, 90% of the McDonald's breakfast menu is legit like made fresh.
Really?
But if you're getting like the McGriddle or you like the yellow egg, that egg is
paste.
Then that egg is recooked egg.
Recooked. Yuck. Well, guys,
I will say, McMuffins, I will live my life. I worked at McDonald's
Yeah.
for a year. I will go back for a goddamn McMuffin because that thing is beautiful.
man, it makes me hungry. Well, now that we've had a food recap for the week and discovered the new meaning of what meat could possibly be, how's the week for you guys? How's the gaming week? You playing anything other than Overwatch?
So other than Overwatch, I got into Skyrim for the first time ever after so
Excellent.
long. I picked up Skyrim back during Black Friday because I knew I wanted to play it because I started to see my friends play it. I started to see, started to stop by streams, and I was like, maybe this is the time for me to get into it because
Mhm.
I feel like I want something like that right now. I skipped out on it for a long time. I guess like I felt overwhelmed. Just the thought of it just felt overwhelming.
Yeah, you hear these stories like 200 hours to even.
Yeah, like 200 hours in the world's
scratch
like,
the
the world's
surface.
so huge. It's like, well, what am I gonna know what to do? Like
Yeah.
I just don't. So like this is like the perfect time. I'm really enjoying it. I'm actually liking it more than Fallout for some reason, even though I love like the whole post-apocalypse
Mhm.
thing. It's really weird.
That's what I've heard for a lot of people say too. Like, why couldn't Fallout 4 be Skyrim level? I was like, interesting.
Yeah, like I like it more than Fallout 4. The only thing I don't like it more, like Fallout 4 is obviously newer and the gameplay has been refined and it's much better.
Mhm.
Though my only problem with Skyrim so far is that the gameplay is so clunky.
Yeah.
Movement is really bad. Attacking is really bad.
Yep.
Other than that, I'm really enjoying it. It's a really fun game. I like that everything I do levels me up. Like if I like to lockpick stuff, that's gonna level me up.
Mhm.
If I like to use one-handed weapons, that levels me up. Blocking levels me up. Like all that stuff is really cool.
Yeah.
And I think that would have been really cool for Fallout to have. Like, oh, you scope in a lot, or you do this, so you're better with snipers now. Like something like that in Fallout would have been pretty cool. Now
Yep.
that I play Skyrim, but I'm enjoying it a lot. Skyrim's been really fun so far. I did try Recore as well. I forgot to say that. I have tried Recore this past week for the
nice.
first time ever as well.
Well, let's
Actually,
come
for one day.
let's come back to Recore
Oh, go-
actually. Yeah. 'Cause
Okay, let's do that afterwards.
Yeah, because I'm also a new Skyrim user as well. I started.
When did you start it?
started streaming it. What was it? 2 weeks ago or something like that. I'm like 40 hours in the game, so I've been streaming it for a bit at this point
Mhm.
and really enjoying
Yeah,
it. Yeah. What was it?
No, because I remember you playing it. I didn't know you were like that new to it. Like, I didn't know you were new to it as well.
Yeah, brand new. Well, okay, not brand new because what happened was I bought it way back in the day when it first came out, specifically on the PC, specifically for modding. Because I was like,
Yeah.
or my brother was telling me, he's like, you have to see these mods on Skyrim.
Everyone still says it. Like, hey, you're not playing it right, but it ain't with mods.
Yeah, that's true too. We could probably talk about that in a bit. So like I bought it back in 2012, or maybe when it was first came out. I can't remember exactly when. And just to mod it, because I had just built a PC for Borderlands 2, and I put two GTX 670s in there. I was like, oh my God, an SLI 670 is going to crush all things possible. And my brother was like, well, you need to put Skyrim in there and see how it runs with mods. I was like, okay, cool. So literally I just loaded up, went through the first scene, and then ran around Skyrim with mods in 2012 and didn't really explore much. Like just kind of the main Riverwood or whatever the name of that village is, kind of that area. So that was my experience prior. And I kind of had the same impression where it's like, oh, Skyrim is a massive, massive experience. Get ready to have your life taken away. I'm like, whoa there. That's a lot of accusations. Fast forward to now with the special edition, I'm having the same experience where I'm jumping in now. And it's an incredible game. The landscape is beautiful. Like it's wild that a team of people put this together because it feels like a really rich world aside from the combat. The combat is very clunky. The swords, even like throwing spells and all that, it just feels like it's hard to predict how the game's going to react and stuff will miss and all that. But it's forgivable with how awesome the game is and how the story unfolds or how it feels like it's unfolding. What have you been following did you follow the main story or did you just get sidetracked right away?
I'm currently like the way I do my thing is for streaming sakes because we have more games coming out soon. I've been following the main story first, and if I have time, of course, I'll go back to the side stuff. But what happens is I'm on my way to the main quest or something, and I look to my left. There's a place I want to check out. I look to my right. There's a place I want to check out. And I'm like that with all open world games, which is why I knew I had to dodge it when it first came out because I would just spend too much time into it. But now it just makes sense. That's something I want. So yeah, I want to go the main path, and then I spend like an hour checking out this cave, or I spend like an hour dying to a giant in funny ways.
Oh, a space program.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
I had my follower get launched to space. It was really great.
Oh, you had your companion dude like that person flew away?
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, I've got a particular companion that can't die. So I'm not going to say what name or whatever, but can't die, and just walked up several times to a giant and straight launch. It was great. Just boom.
Oh my god, that
space
sounds great.
program.
'Cause I haven't seen that. Usually, my companion just falls to their knee and just like just sits there. But what I've been doing is ever since I got the Fusro Dodge shout, I've just been shouting at everyone. And sometimes it's like I'll shout at someone by accident and think I have to quick save or I lose like 10 minutes of progress because now the whole town's after me.
Yep.
But I'll be at a mountaintop and like, oh my god, isn't this beautiful? And I'll say the name of my companion. Oh, just come here, just take it in with me. And then I'll just look to the side and just shout her off like the mountain, and then she'll just fly down for like 10 seconds. And then I'm like, wait, did she die? I don't see her anymore. Is she dead? And like a minute later, she's right behind me. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Like you're alive. You're good.
I think most of them can die if you deliver the final blow.
Yeah, if you don't deliver the final blow, they can die. Because I remember I've accidentally killed my companion when they're like down and I accidentally hit them while fighting enemies. So I usually have to reload it.
Yeah.
I wish it didn't work like that. I wish it was similar to like how Fallout was. But then again, like Fallout 4 is newer than Skyrim.
Yeah.
So I can't say I wish it was like this because one game came out way before the other.
Yeah. And
so I just hope their next game is another Elder Scrolls game and they take what they learned from Fallout 4 and make it a really good experience.
Completely agree, because having fun with Skyrim makes me very excited for whatever the future of Elder Scrolls is for the next installment.
I agree. Before I didn't care. My first Elder Scrolls game was Morrowind, and I was really young. And I picked it up. I made a character, and within 10 minutes, I turned it off and brought it back. I was like, I don't even know what I'm playing with. Is this game?
Yeah.
I just couldn't get into it when I was younger.
I played a little bit of Oblivion and kind of had the same reaction where I was like, this combat feels really bad. I'm going to skip this. And luckily, Skyrim's combat is acceptable. It's not phenomenal by any means, but it's acceptable to still put you in the mood or the feeling of fighting dragons and all that. Yeah, it's a great game. I actually, for me, stream-wise, I focused on the main story also up to a certain point, and then I stopped and started doing a bunch of side quests. And the side quests, I mean, they feel like main story stuff. It's amazing. The quests in the game are just so well done. Like from DLC.
I also heard they never like stop. Like they like it's almost like it feels like it's in like an infinite amount of quests because like there's so many of them. I just feel like they never stop. Like they never ended. So it just seems like
lots of people
just never stop.
Lots of people in my stream were like, I can't believe you're this far in the story. I've never been this far in the story, and I put 200 hours into Skyrim. I'm like, whoa, well, that's an interesting way of approaching the game. Yeah. Any chance you play it, Blue? You play Skyrim or no?
Yeah, I've played a little bit. I probably played about as much as Ab has. I started it, did a little bit of the story, and then got super sidetracked doing a bunch of different things. I really haven't gotten very far. I do a lot of little tiny side quests, play around with like my stupid, like awful trying to be a spellcaster type shit.
Yes.
Throw firewalls at people, and then
that's what I've been doing. It's so fun.
But I keep dying because I'm awful, because being a spellcaster takes a surprising amount of aim. Surprising amount of aim. So yeah, I mean, I haven't gotten very deep into Skyrim. I don't know why I stopped, because I really enjoyed what I played. I've probably only put like 7 or 8 hours into the game.
Oh yeah. Very early.
And I don't know why I stopped. I think I just stopped because like I'm just always playing a bunch of different stuff.
No, that's fair.
It's hard for a single player game to really keep me invested unless that single player game is like a game I played like back when I was like a teenager or something. Because at that point, like I really want to keep going with the story that I've already kind of been established with. If I'm like at this point, now that I'm older, if I'm starting a new single player game, like it's like
feels like work.
It feels like work. It's like I've already done this stuff before. It feels like kind of
like Assassin's Creed over and over again.
Like Assassin's Creed, I would say
Pretty sure
probably ruined
mission
a lot for me, because I played literally every Assassin's Creed game, and then after Black Flag, I just gave up because I was like,
Black Flag was so good.
Black Flag was awesome. Everything after Black Flag has been totally fucking shit. All right.
Did you like 3?
Fight me over that.
Did you think 3 was good? Yeah, I see.
3 was like a solid like C plus. It was pretty good. It was pretty decent. But
yeah.
I really didn't like 3 for a lot of reasons. But I liked the combat. I liked like the quality of life improvements they made. So Assassin's Creed 3 was a really, really fun game, but I thought the story was so bad.
Mhm.
Like, honestly, it was a really bad story. But Assassin's Creed Brotherhood will always be my favorite.
You know, I never played that. Yeah.
Brotherhood is the best one. I mean, everyone
Sail the High
likes
Seas.
Brotherhood's still my favorite. I love it. I love Brotherhood. It got a lot of mistakes that Assassin's Creed 2 got wrong, and it made it better. And then I like Black Flag a lot. Black Flag was awesome. But bring it back to Skyrim.
Mm-hmm.
Playing single player games is hard for me because a lot of single player games, especially a lot of action adventure single player games, tend to do a lot of the same stuff. It's a very it can be an often very repetitive genre. So I get really burnt out of those action adventure RPG games quickly.
Yeah, fetch questing and all that. I mean, that's completely fair, man. I understand that 100%, especially when you focus more on multiplayer games anyways, then it makes a lot of sense. It's interesting for me, I'm the type of gamer that does focus first on single player and then approaches multiplayer afterwards.
That's the same. I'm the same way. Like, it all depends who gets the game. If I have a lot of friends who get the game, I'll usually play single player, play multiplayer, single player, then multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
But it usually depends on the game for me. But yeah,
that's the same for me. I mean, depending on the game, I'll go straight into single player first. Like, I played all of Uncharted. I played, I think I played all of Order 1886. I played. Like, I think the last genuine like single player game that I just went from front to back through and just poured hours and hours and hours into was probably Uncharted.
Mm-hmm.
So like a year ago.
Uncharted 4?
Uncharted 4, yeah.
Nice.
I didn't even play the multiplayer for Uncharted 4.
Yeah, I didn't play the multiplayer. Well, no, I played a little bit.
A little bit overrated.
Yeah.
It's one of those games that I'm there for the story. Versus The Last of Us, where I played both the story and the multiplayer.
The game I know I'm probably gonna get sucked into, is probably Final Fantasy 15 because I haven't started that for the exact same reason that Ab didn't want to start Skyrim. I know if I start the game, I'm gonna be stuck in it for a month.
Well, you might as well get that over with.
And then they had the multiplayer coming out later. I think the end of this year. The end of the DLCs have the new Final Fantasy multiplayer, and they actually talked more about it. If you guys don't mind me going into the detail, actually, they didn't say too much. They did say a little bit of things coming to Final Fantasy. One of them being they are actually working on multiple endings for the game.
Mm-hmm.
Without saying any spoilers, these endings will be non-canon. They said they want players to feel like they have a reason to play through it again. So they're giving us new non-canon endings, which is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
They are also going to let you create your character for multiplayer, so you're going to have your own unique character multiplayer, and they also want you to be able to have that character in the single player as like a teammate helping out and stuff.
Okay.
So that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah,
cool. We still don't have the PS4 Pro update for some reason. Not sure why.
Yeah, what is up with that?
We're still waiting on the update for a certain part of the game that a lot of people have having issues with. Story.
Oh, that one chapter. That goes on
chapter.
Forever.
Yeah.
You'll be able to experience that pretty soon, Blue. It's worth it, man. It's a fun game.
I prefer people to experience the original chapter because supposedly they're gonna be changing stuff on it. So I'd rather have you play it before the update comes out.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna hopefully do it next weekend because during the week I have like zero time, and crap. So I know once I started, it's gonna be over, man. It's gonna be over. I'm gonna be stuck to that game.
You got 48 hours in the weekend, so you'll be able to get about like halfway through.
Yeah, if I never sleep, I could probably get all 24 to start, and then kind of keep going from there.
It's a good game. I enjoyed it quite a bit. We got Resident Evil 7 coming up next week. You guys excited about that?
Cannot wait. Been looking forward to it ever since they announced it and let us play the demo.
Nice. I still haven't played the demo.
I'm huge. Also, that's it. I think that's good though. Like you're gonna go into it completely blind, not knowing what the game is, the atmosphere.
Yep.
I'm a huge Resident Evil fan. I've loved Resident Evil for a long time. Like my favorite's Resident Evil 4.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I've seen my friend play through Resident Evil 1 and 0 before I even played 4, but that was my first actual purchase of Resident Evil game when I was younger, and the one I actually beat myself. But this one looks really good. They changed it, of course, from third person to first person, and that kind of people weren't sure how to feel about that.
Mm-hmm.
I support it. Their reasonings are fine for it as well. They want to be more immersive, make the player feel, developer
Yeah.
speak. You want the player to feel stuff and
Also
immersion.
How do you do third person VR?
Yeah, exactly. So they have
feel the immersion.
Exactly.
And the VR is PS4 exclusive for 1 year, and then that VR capabilities will come to PC.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
They're trying to sell PSVR, so it makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
And everyone who's played it said it's great for VR. Like, it's fantastic on VR, and the game looks fantastic. It's being written by a Japanese and English writer, a Western and Eastern writer, to make it sure that the horror works.
Nice.
For both the West and the East,
Mm-hmm.
which is really a great idea. They're going back to the horror roots. After Resident Evil 6, a lot of people were like, "This can't be Resident Evil anymore."
Yeah.
And the studio obviously agreed. So they found a way to split them up, like Resident Evil Revelations, and now they're doing Resident Evil 7. So it should be I'm expecting it to just be a good horror game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just glad we're having another horror game in a long time with a good environment.
A lot of people are
I'm
saying.
just looking forward to playing it.
A lot of people have been saying kind of like it's like Outlast, Resident Evil looking, which.
I guess Outlast, that's first person, but so far there's no hiding mechanics. Like, you don't hide from things.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I actually assumed there was. I thought it was different.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Resident Evil isn't about hiding from enemies. It's either you run away or kill them.
Right. Yeah, that's true. So I've never played Resident Evil 4, and people have been saying I have to play that because it's obviously a cornerstone game for gaming. So I'm thinking I might do that after I play Resident Evil 7 because of how influential it is. So I know. Because I skipped it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Are you excited at all for Resident Evil 7 Blue? Or is it not your type of game?
Not the most excited. I've never been like super big into Resident Evil, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's never been like my type of game. I did enjoy. I've obviously played through most of them, and I thought 6 was decent. I thought people got a little angry at 6 for no reason.
That's
those
fair.
good reasons. We can argue about that at another time. I love 6, but I wasn't blind to the reasons why people.
Well,
are angry.
I like 6 a lot, but I think people over exaggerated the complaints.
Yeah, that's the gaming community in general, though. People are just loud.
I thought it was
their opinions.
I thought it was a good game. But I think people way over exaggerated because of obviously how they changed the game.
Mhm.
7's. I don't know. I feel like with 7, I just haven't heard as much and about it as some of the previous installments. So maybe that's just me, but I don't hear like a whole lot of, oh shit, Resident Evil 7's coming out. It's like I didn't even know this game was coming out soon. So
Oh, really?
nope.
No, you never
They
lived in
actually
PlayStation
been. I
Store?
think that's the thing is what they actually explain their marketing. Everything they've actually shown us isn't supposedly going to be in the actual game.
Yeah.
They really believe about horror being like it has to all be secret. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they explain how trailers these days show you everything, and it's not horror. Like expecting something is not horror. Knowing what's going to come into that corner isn't scary.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad they went that route of like making it sure they're quiet about it. Not wanting to show too much, or what they do show is actually not part of the main game. But they do show they can still handle horror.
I think it's smart.
So I'm looking forward to that because games like Outlast got really, really predictable really fast. About 2 to 3 hours in, I no longer got scared. The jump scares didn't work for me. I knew passing a certain corner would lead to a guy I have to run away from and hide, and it just wasn't. It wasn't scary anymore, which is why it was easy for me to speedrun it. But hopefully it keeps that scare factor. And there's like a new mode. One of my subs was talking about. It's like I'm not sure what the mode was called, and I wasn't paying attention too much. But supposedly it's to be like some crazy mode.
Really?
So I'm looking forward to that.
Crazy mode. Like a new game plus type of thing?
I'm not sure. I think so, but I assume the way he was talking about it, maybe it's like if you die, you start the whole game over kind of thing, similar to Outlast.
Oh, like a hardcore
mode. Yeah, like a hardcore kind of thing. Because I know Outlast had it too, where if you die, it's on the hardest difficulty too. So if you die, you have to restart the entire game.
Nice. Good old one life.
That should be cool.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to stream it. I'm going to have fun with it. And I think it is very smart for companies to avoid spoilers for people.
Especially for horror games.
Yeah, exactly. Because
story-heavy games and horror games.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. Are you getting it on PC or PS4?
I'm gonna get it on PS4, most likely.
Yeah? Is that because
of streaming? I don't just because of like my PC. I want to be able to play it at the highest quality, and I doubt I'd be able to do that while streaming.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we'll see.
I'm always
Most
worried about the
likely
port.
PS4.
Like if I want to stream it day one and then the PC version has problems, like that's going to be annoying.
Mhm.
That's the only
Yeah.
thing I'm worried about. Because I don't know how good these Resident Evil ports are. I'm assuming it's a
Yeah.
port. So,
I'm not sure what it's going to be.
yeah. What else is coming up next week?
We
Anything?
have Kingdom Hearts 2.8, I believe. I
Mm,
think Kingdom Hearts 2.8, Yakuza 0. Kingdom Hearts 2.8, a lot of people have been waiting for, like myself. I probably won't pick it up day one. It all depends on my funds, but Kingdom Hearts 2.8 is supposed to close the gap between Kingdom Hearts 2 and 3.
mhm.
There's going to be a special story you can play, and for people who've been waiting years like myself for Kingdom Hearts 3, we're getting closer to that.
Nice. Yeah.
And then the Overwatch update.
Overwatch
yeah,
update.
Overwatch update. Let's go.
When's that
The
dropping?
Year of the Rooster. That's Tuesday.
Tuesday. Oh,
It's going to be year. It's going to be, the theme is the Chinese New Year kind of
Chinese New
stuff, like
Year.
Year of the Dragon, Year
Uh-huh.
of the Pig, Year of the Monkey kind of thing. And so it looks really. The skins look fantastic. So they've only shown
cool.
it looks like legendary skins. So I hope we see like the purple ones and the blue skins if they have any voice lines, sprays.
nice. Did
And
they talk about anything else that they're adding?
well, a lot of people are expecting
shouldn't
there
have
to
like a
be
mode.
a special mode
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
with every major update, they've always had a major, like a cool game mode you could play for like the duration
Yeah.
of the event.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
hopefully they'll have something cool. I mean, Overwatch, the devs are fantastic at getting out these cool game modes for everyone to play.
And they're fantastic about communicating things. It's unbelievable.
Exactly. They're awesome. I love the devs. Blizzard, mwah, you're beautiful.
Can't believe they're able to communicate so well with their fan base and not
It's almost like they've done multiple balance patches of this game ever since it came out. Wow.
Yeah, that's not possible.
Not like 4 or 5 months in between.
No way. It's not possible they can actually consistently deliver updates.
No, it's not possible. It's never happened in a PvP video game before. Like,
No
literally
way.
never.
And it never will.
Well, that's cool.
Never seen it. Never seen it happen, man. It's unprecedented.
Unprecedented to have consistent balance patch updates for a PvP game mode. No way. That's exciting. Anything else that's going on? Or is that it?
Playing a ton of Minecraft.
Yeah,
That's
we
it.
got back
Nice.
into Minecraft. Like,
Oh, we had the server. We forgot to give it to you. God damn it.
Oh, you
yeah,
guys
we have
made
the
a server?
now.
Do you
We
have any
got the
mods or
server.
anything?
No, right now it's just vanilla stuff.
Ah, you got a
I'm
vanilla
sure
server?
we'll add
Nice.
mods in the future.
Ooh, nice.
We're taking it slow right now, but we got into Minecraft.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said earlier, I tried out Recore for the first time. Played about like 7
Oh,
hours
yeah.
of it.
Mm-hmm.
The game is cool. The game isn't anything like I expected it. I did not expect an open world game. The combat is very simplistic, very intuitive, easy to pick up. It reminds me of Metroid Prime. I know there's devs from Metroid Prime and the
Mhm.
dev from Mega Man that made this, so that was pretty cool.
That's cool.
But I don't know, like the loading times are forever. It's pretty gross, and it's definitely not. It's just the loading times are just really gross. And by the time I was done like with the stream, I found myself not wanting to play. Like I thought about it, I was like, I planned on playing this before getting into Skyrim, but I really don't want to continue.
Mm-hmm.
Like the game has me looking for a certain orb type thing. I forgot what they're called already, but I probably won't continue the game honestly. I just like it was fun. Then after a while, I was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna play it. Maybe I'll go back to it later, but
So it's
right now I just have no want.
like a fun once play type of thing, one time through.
Yeah, for me, I guess. Yeah, for me so far. And there's a lot of bugs in that game that have never been patched since launch. They came out last August. And I think only PC got a couple of updates.
I think
But
that's
there's
pretty
like
standard.
glitches where you fall through the floor. There are glitches.
Oh, really? That's
There's a
bad
lot
glitch.
there's a lot of platforming in the game, which is really cool. But you can dodge so many of it by exploiting the game's mechanics,
Really?
like double jump, dashing, and stuff like that. I've skipped parts of the game that require you to have certain bots with you that have certain powers
Mm-hmm.
or abilities, I should say. And I didn't need it because I just exploited the jumping. And I found out the exploit within the first hour of the game. So
To
the
be
game has a
fair,
lot
though,
of issues.
To be fair, though, you used to be a speedrunner. So it's like you see
Yeah,
those
so
things.
that's why I took advantage of it. I was like, the speedrunner in me,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take advantage of it. But I wasn't the only person complaining about it. Other people in my chat were saying the same thing, like this game is so broken in a good way.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So like stuff like that isn't particularly a bad thing. It just sucks because the mechanics are really cool in the game, and for
Yeah.
them to not really take advantage of it was unfortunate.
Oh, I feel you. That's cool. I thought about picking it up when it first came out, but obviously, things have moved on. Rise of Iron was happening around that time too. So
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I think that's the episode, right, guys?
I believe so, Captain.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Well, guys, my name is Tefty Teft. You probably already know that. Follow me at Teft on Twitter. You can catch the streams I do on twitch.tv/Tefty Teft. Thanks for hanging. Versus.
Versus.
You're going to be able to catch me at twitch.tv/VersusTheStream, where I've been streaming all the games and Overwatch on weekends. And you can talk to me on Twitter at VersusTheStream and check out my new YouTube videos at youtube.com/VersusTheInternet.
And my name is BlueWestlo. You can catch me on youtube.com/hold on.
Wow.
Okay.
Bless you.
You can catch me on youtube.com/BlueWestlo, where I upload 3 times a week, and on twitch.tv/BlueWestlo and Twitter at BlueWestlo.
Sweet. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next week.
See you guys.